Hello, thank you for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for your astrological overview for week commencing the 7th of April. This week begins in a busy fashion with Mercury moving into Aries, a quarter moon in Cancer both on Monday, and at the very end of last week, Venus had ingressed, moved into Pisces. So there's a lot to talk about. But let's take Mercury first of all. Mercury moving into Aries is a nice combination in terms of action around our thoughts and our articulation, because Aries is high energy, it's about instigating new ideas, it's about getting things moving. It's the birth point of the whole zodiac, if you like. So Mercury here can speed things up, make things less dreamy and ephemeral and more on the move. And also the quarter moon suggests that with the cardinality that the Sun has in Aries and the cardinality of the Moon in Cancer, it's just cautioning the Sun not to be too reckless in its approach. And that's particularly important this week because the Sun's actually going to be going face to face with its ruler of Mars. Mars, of course, is in its detriment in Libra, and it's also in retrograde at the moment. But from Monday through to Thursday, there is a metaphorical collision between the two. This can create an awful lot of frustration. It's akin, I would imagine, to kind of driving a car really, really fast, but with the handbrake on, not realising that we haven't taken it off. So it slows the car down. We don't realise. We think, why isn't the car working? So we try to push the accelerator down to the floor even more, and it's still not going as quickly as it should. Life could feel like that, or we can make the decision to just relax a little bit and just try to be a little bit more strategic in our approach, not get quite so caught up in the passion that can get exchanged at times this week. And it's the watery influence of the Moon in Cancer and also Pisces relocating, Venus relocating into Pisces, which can help us to do this because Venus then goes on to connect, to conjoin with Neptune too. So for us all, it's just reminding us that if we do make some very dramatic, snapped decisions without thinking through the consequences, then there can be some very important outcomes which may not be ones that we necessarily intended. So these watery influences are just asking us to slow things down a little bit. And then by the end of the week, Mercury is going to be combining with Uranus, which can lead to some eureka moments, some brilliant ideas, but equally it joins in that T-square that's been ongoing all this year, Jupiter, Pluto and Uranus. And the suggestion here is that Mercury gets caught up in this as well. And of course, this is like a push, shove, pull, sideways, prod. It's not an easy influence to understand. What I would say to you is, again, try to ward off the impulsiveness. And one thing that Pluto in Capricorn does is asks us to measure the, if you like, the tangible outcome of a situation. So we've got the watery emotions of this week, we've got the fire and the frustration of wanting to get something done through Mars in its opposition with Aries. But at the end of the week, Pluto is kind of saying, well, what will this all mean? So do consider the politics, basically, and that will help to guide your moves. But if you are wanting to get going on something that's just seemed to be resolutely stuck, this can be a week that you do it, as long as you don't try to browbeat or plough people out of the way to try to get to your aims really quickly. It's been a pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.